Hey everyone, this stimulus bill and the infamous $1,400 stimulus checks have taken one step closer to the finish line. So let's discuss what we can expect throughout the day today and over the weekend. Let's get right into it. But hey everybody, welcome back. It's great to have you here as always. If you haven't done so, I hope you can consider hitting the subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you in advance. I really do appreciate it. And if you happen to be new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Matt. I am your daily advocate, helping you put as much green as we possibly can in your pockets. So thank you so much once again. Let's get right into this. So the Senate is finally going to be opening up for debate on the stimulus bill. It has been a very long time coming. So how does this work? Well, this morning, they're going to start this debate. The vote-a-rama, remember that one from yesterday? We talked about it yesterday. Well, the vote-a-rama is going to be starting today. It was supposed to start yesterday, but it was delayed for a reason that I'll talk about here in just a second. So, the vote-a-rama, it's going to start this morning. Well, how this works is that both sides get up to 10 hours of debate each. 10 hours of debate each, so 20 hours of debate on this stimulus bill. So assuming that they start this morning, and let's just say they use all 20 hours, that puts them at a concluding time of tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning. So they'll be working throughout the day. So I guess better them than us, right? And into the night. But either way, we can expect that they're probably going to be debating this thing all day today and early into the morning. And then we'll probably have some more answers on this thing right away tomorrow morning after they conclude this whole debate and basically a bunch of just wasted time. However, why are they starting this morning when they should have started it yesterday? Well, yesterday afternoon at 3:20, the Senate clerk started reading the entire 628-page bill out loud to the chamber. Well, this is ridiculous, but it actually ended up taking 11 hours. They concluded the reading around 2 a.m. this morning, and the Senate adjourned. So, could you imagine being those people having to read that? I mean, if I was that person, I'd be like, you've got to be kidding me. I want to quit my job right now. I don't want to do this. But anyway, they did it, and they read the whole thing, and it ended early this morning. So, wow. Anyway, now we get to start the vote-a-rama, which is actually great. So, I know, it sounds like you've got to be kidding me. This sounds ridiculous. I can't even believe they're doing this. I thought this was the fast track. It is. This is just part of the process, and there's all these different provisions that allow the senators to request different things, like the reading of the bill. We had one senator say, hey, we want the bill read to us. So they did it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Chuck Schumer, the leader in the Senate, has said that the Senate will be moving forward with the bill no matter how long it takes, and the Senate will remain in session. So in other words, they're going to be working throughout the weekend. Now I know, this sounds like, okay, this is like a ridiculous process. It sounds like we're really behind schedule right now. In fact, we're actually not behind schedule. I know it seems like we've got to be behind schedule with all of this playing around and monkey business that we're going on with here with just all the readings and just wasted time. But really, it's not wasted. I mean, we're not behind schedule at all. The deadline that they have in place is to have this whole bill on the president's desk by no later than March 14th. Well, that's basically about a week from now, right? It's more than a week from now. So it's next weekend when they want to have this thing on the president's desk. So once the Senate passes this thing finally, so once they actually get into the voting phase after the vote-a-rama, so hopefully the voting will actually take place over the weekend, which based on how everything's looking right now, it likely will happen over the weekend unless they delay it even longer, which again, I can talk about here in just a second. They have more strategies to delay this thing. But anyway, provided the final voting on this stimulus bill happens over the weekend, it would then need to go back to the House to be passed once again. Well, once it gets to the House, it's realistically not going to take all that long, maybe like a day or two to get through the House. That's typically a pretty fast process. Now again, a day or two is not exactly all that fast, but when we're looking at it in general terms, relative to the speed of which it moves through the Senate, it's relatively quickly, like a day or two. But then once it passes the House, it's on to the president. I mean, no further delay, essentially. It just goes to the president for that signature. So again, we have a little over a week for all of this to take shape and to move into action and to happen. So we're still perfectly on schedule for this to happen, even though it's incredibly annoying. And it'd be nice to have this thing on the president's desk a little bit ahead of schedule. Now, I said a second ago that there could be further delay on this thing. Why? Well, here's why. Remember how I just said a second ago that the clerk was asked to read the entire 628-page bill? Well, here's the deal. There's actually consideration with a couple senators that they are considering asking the clerk to read through every amendment that is considered. That would delay the process by a long time, like days, potentially even weeks, because there are, I actually didn't see a specific number of amendments filed at this time. However, the last time they did one of these vote-a-ramas, they had 550 amendments filed the night, 24 hours before the vote-a-rama started, 550 amendments. So I would anticipate there's probably going to be a pile of amendments once again this time through. So if they had to actually go through and read every single amendment being considered, that would push it out, who knows how long, days and days and days that they'd sit there and read this thing. So again, in an effort to waste more time. However, everything's on schedule. I know it's hard to believe, but it is. And we're still looking at potentially, as of right now, we're still looking at that window that I've been talking about, potentially the first stimulus checks to be hitting bank accounts around, let me do some really rough math here, like the March 18th or so, roughly. Again, please do not hold me to that. I'm just saying if everything holds true as it does now and that we get a signature from the president on or before March 14th, provided Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, who took the place of Steve Mnuchin, provided she can work as fast as old Stevie Boy and start pumping these things out, we could start to see those payments as early as the end of the week of March 15th, the end of that week. So again, please don't hold me to that, but that's kind of the timeline that I'm looking at, the absolute earliest. Otherwise, I'm looking payments could be hitting bank accounts anywhere between then and basically the first week of April. So things could change, as always, as they often do. Many of us have seen this over the last year now that we've been doing all this business. Well, it's not quite a year yet, but pretty close. About 11 months we've been talking about this stuff. So things can definitely change, but no matter what, at this point, as everything currently stands, that's the timeline that we're looking at. So I will continue to keep you posted. Of course, I will be back later today with another update with any more information that comes out of the Senate. I'm sure some things will be happening as there's going to be a lot of kicking and screaming. As we anticipated over the last week or so, I've been saying, hey, when this thing gets to the Senate, look out. There's going to be a lot of drama, and we're getting a lot of drama so far, and there's probably more to come. So either way, I'll keep you posted. I want to make sure that as soon as we can get further action on these $1,400 stimulus checks, that all of you are getting the money as quickly as we possibly can, being part of that first wave of payments that goes out. I want you guys to get this money fast, right away, and I want to do my part to help you get that money quickly. So thank you so much for being here. A huge shout out to Rebecca Davis. Thanks so much for being part of the fan club. I appreciate it, and I always appreciate your comments down below as well. Leave any questions or comments you have for me, and I will be reading through them throughout the day as I always do. I'll respond to as many as I possibly can, and I'll be back later with some updated videos and some more information to help you out in any way that I can. Thanks again, everybody. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you in the next video.